Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my videos. Like to wish you all a happy new year. Hopefully it's better than last year. So anyway, the January transfer window is open. Who will Manchester United sign? This transfer window is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's 5th transfer window at the football club. Now Woodward's targets are Jadon Sancho, Jack Grealish and David Alaba. Now, we are interested in signing Jack Grealish, but Villa want £100 million. We rejected the chance to sign him for £65 million back in September of last year. And last year we had concerns about where he would fit in the team. Now I think Man City could also go in for Grealish, and it mentioned last year that Liverpool could go in for him, and they could see him as a potential replacement for Salah because Salah is unhappy at Liverpool. Back in September, Grealish signed a 5-year deal with Aston Villa. Up until this point, he's spent the entirety of his career with them. He's been a Villa player since the age of 6 and he's been in their senior squad since 2014. And since then has become an integral part of their team. Most of the time now, he plays on that left-hand side. And don't forget, he got banned from driving for like 9 months. I presume that Grealish will be playing in tonight's game, because it is Man United Aston Villa. Solskjaer's warned our players to be aware of Grealish, because it's his first appearance at Old Trafford since his failed move back in September. He scored a fantastic goal at Old Trafford last season in the 2-2 draw, like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was saying. Now, Jadon Sancho, I think there's a good chance that he could leave Borussia Dortmund at some point this year. I think there's more chance of him leaving in the summer than there is in this January transfer window, because Fabrizio Romano recently said that Sancho will leave next summer. It did mention that he prefers a move to Liverpool. Chelsea, I think, have recently been interested in him. Sancho, earlier on this season, made an admission saying it has been hard for him this season. He hasn't been as consistent this season at Dortmund as he has been in, recent years. Earlier on this season, Dortmund sacked their manager, Lucien Favre, because they was in a bad vein of form, and earlier on the season they did lose 5-1 to Stuttgart. But yeah, like I said, during the summer he was our #1 priority target. The main explanation why we didn't get Sancho is because Dortmund wanted £108 million. We was not willing to meet that £108 million valuation, that's why. But he said a few times last summer that the personal terms had been agreed and the agent fees had been agreed and even a contract had been agreed, but we couldn't come to an agreement on an actual fee. You know, Fabrizio Romano's spoken about the Sancho saga a few times. Bill's Christian Facts spoken about it a few times during the summer. Dortmund said that we had until the 10th of August to sign the player, but obviously we missed out on that deadline. Analysing the vast majority of Sancho's career, he has been very, very consistent at Dortmund. You know, Dortmund only paid, £8 million for him from Man City back in 2017. He has got a contract with Dortmund until 2022, or is it 2023? And don't forget, we was willing to give him that number 7 shirt. And David Alaba, towards the end of last year, there was rumours saying that Man United were in for him, and he said that we'd made a formal offer. It also mentioned that Manchester City made a formal offer for him, and it says Man City now are still considering a move for him. I think that Juventus have expressed their interest, because last year, Bayern Munich's CEO, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, said that he appears to accept that David Alaba will leave on a free transfer. He's got 5.5 months left on his contract. Now, Alaba has been at Bayern Munich for several years. He's made over 400 appearances for them in all competitions, scored around 30 odd goals, and he's won around 20 major honours. Before he was at Munich, he was at Austria Vienna, and he had a loan spell with Hoffenheim. He's predominantly a centre-half and a left-back, before he's been deployed as a central midfielder, a left winger and a right winger, and I think he is the age of 28. But yeah, like I said, there has been a lot of players on our agenda. The board are going to back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in this January transfer window. Hopefully they back him in the summer as well. And Solskjaer does deserve more backing at the club, because last summer Solskjaer wasn't backed enough by the board, and Solskjaer showed his frustration towards the board quite a few times. We missed out on all of his priority targets last summer. But the board haven't backed any of the managers that we've had since Sir Alex Ferguson left, so that's one of the main reasons why the board's been one of the biggest problems at the club for several years, and our recruitment policy has been poor. Woodward is confident of success under Solskjaer, so he believes we're getting closer to winning silverware. We are certainly in the title race. We are sitting second in the Premier League, just 3 points behind Liverpool. You know, we'll beat Aston Villa tonight. We're level on points with Liverpool, and we have got a game in hand. And no one thought we'd have been second at the beginning of 2021, because we was poor at the beginning of last year. You know, enjoyed the poor start to this season. You know, was poor at the first part of last season as well. So there you go. But Solskjaer did say after our 1-0 win against Wolves that Man United are not in the title races yet. But that was just Solskjaer playing mind games. But he says if we are still challenging at the top come March, he believes that the title race is on. Now, if we win the Premier League, it will be our first Premier League title since 2013. And it will be our 21st title overall. Now, we're going to get rid of some players, aren't we, in this January transfer window? You know, because he's still Deadwood at the football club that we need to get rid of. Now, I think Ighalo should be leaving the club because his loan has expired. Will Jesse Lingard leave the club this month, or will he go in the summer? We've just recently triggered that 1 year extension on Jesse Lingard's contract, so Lingard's under contract now with the football club until 2022. Phil Jones, I think we need to get rid of him. You know, will he go in this window or will he go in the summer? Marcus Rojo, I think we also need to get rid of him because he's never really established himself as a first team player since he, came to Man United. Romero, I think we need to get rid of him because he is now our third choice goalkeeper. I'm very sceptical Paul Pogba will leave this month. I think if he does leave, it will be this summer. There's obviously been rumours of Brandon Williams going out on loan. There's been rumours of Daniel James going out on loan. Juan Mata. He could also leave the football club, so too could Nemanja Matic. Will Timothy Fosu-Mensah leave this month? Because it recently said that he rejected a 3.5-year contract. And apparently Marcella and Hertha are the ones that are interested in him and they're willing to pay a small fee for him. Timothy Fosu-Mensah seldom plays anyway. Doesn't he? Now, there's a lot of Manchester United fans that have changed their perception on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And they think he is now the right manager. I'm still not sure. Obviously, he's not under pressure now at the football club. He has been under pressure though a few times since he got appointed in as Man United manager. And obviously, there was talks of Mauricio Pochettino coming in. He was the favourite to take over at Man United. Julian Nagelsmann, he's been in our agenda before. Massimiliano Allegri, he's been in our agenda a couple of times. And Thomas Tuchel, he's been on our agenda. Like I said to you, the thing that concerns me about Solskjaer is his decision making, because in a lot of his games, he's managed at Manchester United, he's, made mistakes, and that's obviously cost us. And I have said to you a few times, haven't I, that Ole is out of his depth at the football club. You can say would he give him the job permanently too early. But we're giving the job on a permanent basis, reflecting on what he did in that 3-month period when he was the interim manager. But we've got to give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a lot of credit. He's got us to the EFL Cup semi-final this season. He's got us up to second in the Premier League. Hasn't he? He says the change of mentality in the players has helped us get up to second. You've got to give him a lot of credit for what he did in his first full season, which was last season, because he got us to 3 semi-finals, he got us qualification for the Champions League, and he also got us third. He's made good signings since he got appointed in as Manchester United manager. He's spent over £200 million at the club. We've seen a lot of players depart the club as well since he got recommended in. And we're enjoying a good period at the moment because we're unbeaten in our last 9 league games. Went on a 19-game unbeaten run in all competitions last season. We was 14 unbeaten in the Premier League. So we've got to give him a lot of credit. This is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's second full season as Manchester United manager. And obviously we did say, didn't we, at the beginning of this season that he's got to exceed his expectations if he is to remain Man United manager, and you can say so. You can say, reflects on where we are now, he's exceeding them expectations. If we win the league this season, that will be remarkable. But like I said to you before, if we don't win the league and win another trophy, and we're finishing the top four, the top three, I think that would represent a very, very good season for Man United, and then that would give us something to build on. It's very imperative that we win a trophy, because we haven't won a trophy yet under Ollie, and we haven't won a trophy for almost, it is 4 years now, or almost 4 years. But we've got 4 trophies we can pursue: the Premier League, the EFL Cup, the FA Cup, and the Europa League. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been Manchester United manager now for over 2 years. He's managed over 100 games for the football club in all competitions, and he's got a contract with Man United until 2022. Hasn't he? We've been very, very good away from home this season. We haven't lost away from home yet in the Premier League this season. We've obviously won 3 games at Old Trafford in the Premier League this season so far. And that was obviously the game against West Brom, won that 1-0, very fortunate to win that. We beat Leeds 6-2, the best game we've enjoyed this season. And we beat Wolves recently 1-0. And you can say we was very fortunate to win that, because Marcus Rashford's goal was deflected. That game against Wolves was the last game of 2020. But yeah. But like I said to you, Villa won't be an easy game tonight. You know, it is the first game of 2021 for us. Villa have been in a good vein of form recently. I think they are unbeaten in their last 5 games, are Aston Villa. Obviously, last season it was 2-2 at Old Trafford, but we beaten them 3-0 at Villa Park. But this season, you know, Villa have won at Leicester, you know, they've beaten Wolves, they battered Liverpool 7-2. They drew with Chelsea recently, 1-1, they won at Arsenal 3-0. You know, Aston Villa have got some good players, you know, obviously their best player is Jack Grealish. Got that Ollie Watkins as well. They brought him in earlier on this year. He's made a fantastic impact at Aston Villa as Ollie Watkins. They've got that Anwar El Ghazi. He's one of their key players. They've got Wesley. They've got Bertrand Traore. They brought him in last year, should I say. They brought Ross Barkley in last year on loan. He's recently been injured. They've got that Trezeguet. He's been out with injury. Tyrone Mings, he's definitely one of their key players. He should be in contention to play tonight. And they've also got that Matty Cash. Pepe Reina is their goalkeeper. But you've got to give Dean Smith credit, you know, the way he has rejuvenated Aston Villa. I think they're like, 5th in the Premier League, and that's very, very good to their standards. The last time Villa beaten us was back in 2009. You know, they did beat us by 1-0. It was a goal from Agbonlahor. So that's just over 11 years ago now. Yesterday, I give you my reaction to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference building up to the game. Obviously, he provided us with some news on Alex Telles. He says Alex Telles is expected to play tonight against Villa. He said he wasn't injured, it was just a tactical change. to replace Telles with Shaw in the game against Wolves. And obviously, Solskjaer spoke about Villa during the press conference a few times. He said that he knows Villa have been a better team this term. They've been brilliant, and he says Dean Smith's done a fantastic job. And he did mention that Villa beat us in pre-season. And he says they are one of the better defensive teams in the league. He says their individual players are strong. So Solskjaer knows how much of a tough game it's going to be. After Aston Villa, we have got Manchester City in the EFL Cup semi-final. That's a massive game for Manchester United. Then we have got Watford in the FA Cup, should be winning that. And then we are away to Liverpool. Yeah. But in the last 7.5, 8 years, Man United have obviously been playing catch-up. Because obviously we've sacked 3 managers since Ferguson left, and that was David Moyes. Sacked him after, 10 months. We finished 7th under the David Moyes era. That's the lowest we finished in the Premier League era. Obviously we sacked Louis van Gaal after 2 years, despite him winning the FA Cup. And we sacked Jose Mourinho after 2.5 years, despite him winning the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield. We've spent over £1 billion on players since Ferguson left. And we've brought around 36 players in. We have made mistakes in the last 7.5, 8 years, and that's one of the main explanations why we have been so inconsistent. But like I've already said to you, no manager at Man United or no manager in general will last as long as Ferguson did, and they won't replicate Sir Alex Ferguson's legacy. Ferguson won a total of 38 major honours when he was at Man United, and he endured, 27 years at the club. But he didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United. But yeah, we are getting back being a competitive team now under Ole. So that's very, very good to see. And like I've said to you, we have got good players. But if we are to win the league, we need to make more signings. There's still more players we need to get rid of. I've still got an element of concern about our defence because we are still leaking goals. You know, there has been a lot of United fans saying that we should put Dean Henderson as our number 1. But anyway, Solskjaer is inheriting a squad that is worth 700, 800 odd million pounds. You know, a lot of these players are Jose Mourinho's. You know, there's only a couple of players here now from the Louis van Gaal era. There's only 1 player here from the Moyes era. And there's only 2 players here from the Sir Alex Ferguson era. But I certainly think Solskjaer will still be Man United manager in the new year. Will be Man United manager till the end of this season. I keep getting under the luck because obviously it's just 2021's only just come. But yeah, I think he'll still be Man United manager till the end of this season, will Ole. He does deserve more time at the club, like I've said to you. So yeah. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.